Right now, in this very moment, someone is holding their phone with trembling hands. Your name is glowing on their screen. They're not scrolling past it anymore. They're not pretending you don't exist. They're breaking, and the confession they're about to make will shatter everything you thought you knew. If you're reading these words, you were meant to find them. The universe doesn't make mistakes. It doesn't send messages to the wrong souls. Close your eyes. Feel that pull in your chest. That's them. Their energy is reaching across the distance, across the silence, across all the walls they built to keep you out. They've been carrying you like a secret wound. Every laugh sounds hollow. Every sunset feels incomplete. Every song on the radio becomes about you. Last night, they whispered your name into the darkness. Not to call you back, but because saying it out loud was the only way to breathe. Something is shifting. The armor is cracking. And soon, very soon, your phone will ring. 3 nights ago, they were lying in bed next to someone new. The room was quiet. The other person was sleeping. And suddenly, out of nowhere, they felt it. Your absence. Not like a thought, like a presence. Like you were standing in the corner of the room, watching them pretend to be okay. They got up, walked to the bathroom, looked at themselves in the mirror, and for the first time in months, they didn't recognize the person staring back. Who is this? This stranger who chose pride over love, who chose silence over courage, who let the most real thing they ever had slip through their fingers like water. That's when the tears came. Not sad, tears. Angry tears, because they finally understood running didn't make them free. It made them a prisoner, and you were never the cage. You were the key. Now, they can't unhear your voice in their head. Can't unsee your face in every crowd. Can't unfeel the way your hand fit perfectly in theirs. The breaking has begun. What they want to tell you isn't just words. It's a confession that's been living in their throat like a scream they couldn't release. They want to say, I loved you in a way I didn't know how to hold. They see it now, how you loved them with your whole chest, how you stayed when staying hurt, how you gave them space to be broken without asking them to be fixed, and they repaid you with distance, with excuses, with the cruelest gift of all, their absence. They want to tell you about the emptiness, how every person after you felt like a shadow, how laughter lost its sound, how home stopped feeling like a place and started feeling like a person. Your person. They want to say, I looked for you in everyone and found you in no one, because you weren't a feeling. You were a frequency, a wavelength only their soul could hear. And now the silence is unbearable. They want to confess that they dream about you, not fantasies, memories. The way you said their name, the way you looked at them when you thought they weren't watching, the way you made broken feel like beautiful. But here's why they haven't called yet. They're terrified you've become someone who doesn't need them anymore, that you've turned your pain into power, that you've alchemized their abandonment into your awakening. And the thought of hearing strength in your voice, the kind of strength that doesn't need them, it breaks them in a new way, because they want you back, but more than that, they want to be the reason you smile again. Not the reason you had to learn how to stand alone. They keep asking themselves, what if I call and they've moved on? What if their heart doesn't skip anymore when they see my name? What if I'm too late? That last question haunts them in the 3 a.m. silence. But something inside them won't let go. A knowing, a pull, a voice that keeps whispering. If you don't reach out now, you'll spend the rest of your life wondering what if. The call is coming. Before we go deeper, if you feel this in your soul right now, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because part 5 reveals the exact moment they'll call and the words that will change everything. Don't leave now. You need to hear this. It will happen on an ordinary day. You'll be making coffee, driving, sitting in the quiet, and then your phone will light up, their name will appear, and time will stop. Your heart will forget how to beat for exactly 3 seconds. Your breath will catch in your throat. Every memory will rush back at once. The good, the painful, the everything. You'll stare at that screen like it's a portal to another lifetime. And maybe it is. You'll hesitate. Your finger will hover over the answer button. Should I? Shouldn't I? Then you'll answer, and the first thing you'll hear is silence. Not empty silence, full silence. The kind that holds 1,000 unsaid things. You'll hear them breathing. You'll feel them gathering courage. Then they'll speak, and their voice will be different, softer, fragile, like someone who's been living in a storm and finally found shelter. Hey, it's me. 3 words. But the weight of them will tell you everything. This isn't a casual call. This is someone calling from the edge of their breaking point. This is someone who finally chose truth over safety. What comes next will split you open. They'll say, I need to tell you something I should have said when I still had the chance. Then the dam will break. They'll confess how they think about you in the space between sleep and waking. How your laugh is the soundtrack to their regret. How they've been carrying the weight of losing you like stones in their pockets. They'll admit they tried to replace you. Try to find someone, anyone, who could make them forget. But here's what they learned. You can't replace a sunrise. You can't find a substitute for the person who saw you at your darkest and didn't flinch. They'll say, losing you didn't teach me how to live without you. It taught me that I don't want to. And then, the question that's been burning in them like a fever. Do you ever think about me? Do I still exist in your world the way you exist in mine? The vulnerability in their voice will break something in you, not because you're weak, but because you're human, and hearing someone finally speak the truth sounds like a language you forgot you knew. In that moment, everything shifts. The power isn't theirs anymore. It's yours. You're not waiting. You're choosing. When the call ends, you'll sit in the silence, and 2 paths will reveal themselves. Path 1. They fight for you like someone who finally understands what they lost. You'll feel it in the days that follow. Not grand gestures. Quiet consistency. A text the next morning. Thank you for hearing me. Space when you need it. Presence when you're ready. No pressure, no games. Just someone showing up differently. Accountable, patient, intentional. This version of them doesn't make promises. They become the promise. Day after day. Without applause, without expectation. Just steady, honest effort. Path 2. They fade like fog in the morning sun. The energy drops. The words don't match the actions. Plans stay vague. Follow through disappears. Not because they lied, but because saying the truth and living it are different kingdoms. And you can't force someone to be ready. But here's what you need to understand. No matter which path they choose, you don't break. You've already survived the hurricane of their absence. You've already rebuilt yourself from the ruins. You're not afraid of someone who can't decide if you're worth fighting for. You've become someone who knows your worth doesn't depend on their readiness. Here's the final truth most people won't tell you. The call might come, it might not, but the lesson is carved into your bones now. You were never a placeholder. You were never forgettable. You were always the one, and whether they realize it in time or spend the rest of their life regretting, you remain whole. Because the version of you that needed them doesn't exist anymore. You don't need someone to complete you. You're not half of anything. You're entire galaxies. The call isn't coming to save you. It's coming to remind them what they lost and to remind you what you became. So when that phone rings, answer it with peace in your chest. Not hope, not fear. Just calm knowing. If they've grown, beautiful. If they haven't, you'll still be standing, because people who are meant for you don't leave when the path gets difficult. They walk beside you. They choose you. They stay. And if someone can't meet you in that truth, they were never yours to keep. They were a lesson dressed as a love story. Welcome to Psychology Routine. If these words touch something inside you, subscribe right now. Turn on notifications, because next week, we're revealing the hidden signs that someone is energetically obsessed with you, even from a distance. And trust me, your soul needs to hear it. You are not alone in this. Your heart knows the way home. And sometimes, home is just yourself, waiting with open arms.